Imagine floating in space. No suit, just you and the void. Your lungs collapse in 13 seconds. Blood boils at 15. Brain death at 90. The solar system isn't a cosmic playground. It's an execution chamber with 8 different methods of killing you. Some worlds will vaporize your flesh in minutes. Others will crush you into paste before you can scream. One will freeze you so fast your body shatters like porcelain. Today, we're visiting every planet to find out exactly how you die and how long it would take. This isn't science fiction. This is your survival countdown. Before we start, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
Mercury doesn't look dangerous from orbit. It's just a gray, cratered rock spinning alone near the sun. But step onto the day side, and the ground is 430 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to melt lead into puddles. Your shoes ignite first, then your skin starts cooking like meat on a grill. You'd think you have minutes, but here's the nightmare. You don't. The reflected heat from the surface rushes up in waves. Your lungs fill with superheated air, and the tissue inside starts to blister. You're blind in 30 seconds as your corneas dry out and crack. You'd collapse in under 2 minutes.
But wait in the shadow, and you might think you're safe. Wrong. Mercury's night side drops to negative 180 degrees Celsius. Your sweat flash freezes on your skin. Your fingers go numb, then black with frostbite. You're shivering so violently you can't stand. Hypothermia hits in under 5 minutes. Your heart slows, your brain fogs. You slip into unconsciousness and never wake up. Mercury kills you in extreme heat or extreme cold. There's no middle ground, no safe zone. Just a coin flip between burning alive or freezing to death in the dark. Time of survival, 2 minutes in sunlight, 5 in shadow.
Now, let's talk about Venus. If Mercury is a grill, Venus is the inside of a volcano. The atmosphere is so thick, it's like being deep underwater, except the water is made of sulfuric acid clouds and carbon dioxide. The pressure at the surface is 92 times that of Earth. That's the same as being 900 meters below the ocean. Your ribcage starts collapsing immediately. Your lungs can't expand. You try to breathe, but nothing moves. Then comes the heat. 470 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to melt zinc. Your skin doesn't just burn, it combusts.
You don't even hit the ground before you're dead. Soviet landers lasted 2 hours max before their metal shells melted. You'd be gone in less than 1 second. The pressure alone would crush your chest cavity. Your eyeballs would bulge and pop. The heat would ignite your clothes and hair simultaneously. There's no time to feel pain. No time to process what's happening. One moment, you're falling through yellow clouds. The next, you're a smear of organic carbon on a rock that hasn't seen sunlight in millions of years. Venus doesn't kill you. It erases you. Time of survival? Less than 1 second.
Mars looks like home. Reddish dirt, polar ice caps, mountains and valleys that remind you of Arizona or Utah. It even has a day that's roughly 24 hours long. From orbit, you'd think you could just walk around down there with a good coat and some oxygen. That's the trap. Mars is a liar. It looks survivable. It is absolutely not. The atmosphere is less than 1% the thickness of Earth's.
There's almost no air pressure at all. And that's where things get horrifying fast. You step out of your ship. No suit, just boots and skin. You take a breath. Nothing.
Your lungs try to pull in air, but there's nothing to pull. You feel your chest tighten. Panic sets in. Then the real nightmare starts. Without pressure, the liquids in your body start to boil. Not because it's hot, it's actually freezing, around -60 degrees Celsius. But in a vacuum, water boils at any temperature. Your saliva bubbles on your tongue. The moisture in your eyes begins to fizz. Your blood doesn't explode like in the movies, but it does start forming gas bubbles in your veins. You'd feel it, a tingling, then a burning. You'd stay conscious for maybe 12 seconds. Your skin swells up like a balloon as the gases expand under your tissue. You'd look inflated, bloated. Your face turns blue, then purple, then black. You collapse face first into the red dust. Brain death comes in 90 seconds. Your body freezes solid in under an hour. Mars doesn't crush you or burn you. It quietly pulls you apart from the inside while freezing you stiff on the outside. You die looking at a beautiful sunset. Your last thought probably something like, "This place looked so peaceful." Time of survival, 90 seconds of consciousness. Full death in under 2 minutes.
Here's the thing people forget about Jupiter. There's no surface, no ground to stand on, no place to crash land. You'd fall through clouds of ammonia and methane, expecting to hit rock or liquid eventually. You never do. You just fall and fall and fall. The pressure builds, the heat rises. You're not falling through air anymore. You're falling through something that gets denser and hotter every second. At first, it's like being inside a thunderstorm. Lightning the size of Earth flashes around you. Winds hit you at 400 kilometers per hour. You're tumbling, spinning, disoriented. Then the pressure starts. It's not sudden, it's gradual. A squeeze, like invisible hands wrapping around your whole body. Your ears pop, then they rupture. Blood leaks from your nose. Your ribcage starts cracking. You try to scream, but your lungs are already collapsing. The atmosphere is so dense now, it's more liquid than gas. You're drowning in hydrogen. The temperature climbs past 100 degrees, then 200. Your skin blisters, then peels, then chars. You're being cooked and crushed at the same time. Eventually, you reach a depth where the pressure is so great, you're compacted. Bones shatter, organs rupture.
Your body becomes a dense, organic paste smeared across layers of metallic hydrogen that exist under pressures we can't even replicate on Earth. There's no way to know exactly when you die, because no probe has ever survived the full descent. But estimates put it at around 10 minutes of horrific, crushing, burning agony before you finally lose consciousness. Jupiter doesn't just kill you, it grinds you down into your base elements. Saturn is the same story, just with slightly less pressure and slightly less heat. Still deadly, still inescapable. Time of survival? Approximately 10 minutes of conscious suffering. If you're still watching, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. Trust me, the next planets are even worse.
Uranus and Neptune are twins of frozen hell. They're called ice giants, but don't let that fool you. You're not landing on a snowball.
These planets are made of water, methane, and ammonia ices, compressed under such extreme pressure they behave like hot, dense fluids. The surface temperature is around negative 200 degrees Celsius. That's cold enough to freeze carbon dioxide solid. Cold enough to make liquid nitrogen seem warm. You'd be dropped into winds moving at 2,000 kilometers per hour. That's faster than the speed of sound. You wouldn't feel cold. You'd feel impact.
Chunks of frozen methane the size of cars slam into you at supersonic speed. You're not freezing to death. You're being sandblasted by ice, traveling faster than bullets. Your skin tears off in strips. Your bones snap like dry twigs. You're blind instantly as your eyes freeze solid and shatter. You can't breathe. The air, if you can even call it that, is so cold it would freeze your lungs solid in one breath. Your blood thickens. Your heart stops. But you're probably already dead from blunt force trauma. The winds don't stop. They keep hammering your body. What's left of you gets pulverized into frozen fragments and scattered across the planet.
Neptune is worse. It has the fastest winds in the solar system. Storms the size of Earth that have been raging for centuries. The cold is the same bone-shattering freeze, but now add in diamond rain. Yes, diamonds. The methane in the atmosphere gets compressed so much it forms solid carbon, diamonds that fall like hail. Imagine being caught in a hailstorm where every piece is a gemstone traveling at terminal velocity. You'd be shredded in seconds. Not killed, shredded. Your body wouldn't even be recognizable. Just red ice and frozen chunks scattered in a methane cloud. Time of survival? Less than 10 seconds.
Pluto isn't technically a planet anymore, but let's visit it anyway, because this is where the solar system gives up pretending to be survivable and just becomes existential horror. Pluto is so far from the sun that daylight looks like twilight. The temperature is negative 230 degrees Celsius. There's no atmosphere, no weather, no sound, just silence. You're standing on a plain of frozen nitrogen. The sky is black. The sun is just a bright star. You're more alone than any human has ever been. And that's before your body starts shutting down. You freeze faster here than anywhere else we've talked about. Your skin goes numb in seconds. Your blood stops flowing. Your heart can't pump frozen sludge. You'd be unconscious in under a minute, dead in less than 2. But here's the psychological nightmare. If you somehow had a suit that kept you warm, you'd still go insane. The isolation is total. The darkness is endless. You could walk for days and see nothing but ice. No landmarks. No hope of rescue. No way home. Pluto doesn't kill you with violence. It kills you with emptiness. It's the least dramatic death in the solar system, and somehow the most terrifying.
Beyond Pluto, there's nothing but the Kuiper Belt and the Oort cloud. Trillions of frozen rocks drifting in the dark. If you were somehow out there, you wouldn't die from cold or pressure. You'd just drift. Forever. Your suit would run out of air. You'd suffocate slowly, watching the sun shrink to a pinpoint. No one would ever find you. Your body would drift for millions of years, frozen perfectly. A corpse in a tomb the size of the solar system. That's the real horror. Not the dying,
the floating, the eternal silence. Time of survival on Pluto, 2 minutes. Time drifting in space, eternity.
So let's recap. Mercury cooks or freezes you in minutes. Venus crushes and incinerates you in under a second. Mars quietly pulls you apart while you freeze. Jupiter and Saturn grind you into elemental paste over 10 agonizing minutes. Uranus and Neptune shatter you like glass in under 10 seconds. Pluto freezes you in 2 minutes and leaves you in the most profound loneliness imaginable. Every single planet in our solar system is a death sentence. Every single one. Except one. Earth. The only rock in 8 planets where you can breathe without a machine and walk without a suit. Where water stays liquid and the temperature stays survivable.
We live on a razor's edge between the furnace and the freezer. Our atmosphere is thick enough to keep pressure, but thin enough to let light through. Our magnetic field shields us from radiation. Our distance from the sun is perfect. Not too close, not too far. We are unbelievably, impossibly lucky. And we're treating this miracle planet like it's replaceable. It's not. There's no backup, no plan B. Mars isn't livable. Venus is hell. Jupiter will crush you. The rest will freeze or shred you. Earth is it. This is the only place in the entire solar system where you can stand outside, breathe deep, and not die horribly in under 2 minutes.
So the next time you walk outside and feel the sun on your face and the wind in your hair, remember, you're standing on the only safe ground in 8 planets. You're living on a 1 in a billion miracle. Treat it that way. Protect it. Because if we lose Earth, there's nowhere else to go. Every other option kills you in seconds. We've got one home. One fragile, beautiful, perfect home. And that's the most important thing this whole horrifying tour of the solar system should teach you. We're not just lucky to be alive. We're lucky to be alive here.
If this video made you appreciate Earth a little more, hit that like button one last time and subscribe. Thanks for watching.